And so I want to tell you about something that you, in the natural, you see and experience, and you have no idea. Jeremiah chapter 33. And I want you to listen to what the Lord said to Jeremiah, because, see, prophets has experience with entities. And you read it, but you don't see it. Because you go out in the world and you don't see day. And you don't see night. Jeremiah 33, verse 19.
And the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah.
I want to stop right there. And Elder Proctor, come here for a second. Let's say Elder Proctor is Jeremiah. He's Jeremiah. He's the prophet. Now, the word of the Lord is Jesus. The Spirit of the Lord is the Holy Ghost. And the Father is known as God or Father. So which one is going to come to Jeremiah? Say it again? Jesus. See, I got to make it plain, because all you see when you read it is the word of the Lord. You never see the entity. You think somebody is saying something in his head. No, it said, and the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. Now, I'm going to be the word of the Lord. I come to Jeremiah. So now me and Jeremiah are going to talk. Why? Because Jeremiah, before I formed him in the belly, I knew him. And before he came out of his mother's womb, I sanctified him a prophet to the nations. So because of his relationship and office as a prophet, I come to him and talk. And so the Bible tells you that, but you never saw it, even though you read it. So let's read it again real slow. And
the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah.
Notice it didn't say, in the word of the Lord talk to Jeremiah. See, I told you didn't see it, because you read it and you read it, something that it never said. And the word came. It's like this. And the word became flesh and dwelled among us. So did Jesus really come into the world? Did Jesus really have a body? So the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. So that means Jeremiah and the word already know each other. See, they already know each other. It's relationship. And the word of the Lord wanted him to know something, that because he wasn't in creation. And he says to Jeremiah, watch what the word of the Lord says to Jeremiah, so that Jeremiah can know something. Because see, if in the office of a prophet, if you don't know the word of the Lord and what creation is, you will never speak to it.
Thus saith the Lord, if ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night.
I made a covenant with day. Come here, Gene. I made a covenant with day. So here's day. I made a covenant with her. I'm gonna need to change place with Jeremiah. I'm gonna need another Jeremiah, because I'm gonna use you with something else. So, Julian, you come and be Jeremiah. Because if I did do this another way, it's gonna mess everybody's mind up. So he's Jeremiah now, y'all. All right. So don't see Elder Proctor as Jeremiah no more. So I say to Jeremiah, because I come to Jeremiah, and I say to Jeremiah, I made a covenant with her. A covenant is between two people, two individuals, or an entity. He's saying, I want you to know that I made a covenant with her. Somebody say covenant. There's a new covenant and there's an old covenant. But I also made a covenant. I want you to hear this, y'all. I want you to hear this, Jeremiah. I made a covenant with her. What did he call her name in the beginning? Day. Say it again, y'all. And so last year, she came and talked to me and gave me understanding of who she is. So I have more understanding on what Day is than most people. Why? Because I have a relationship with Day. It's personal. So I can tell you things about the Day that you can't find in books, and you can't hear a preacher get unless they have a relationship with her. Why? Because she reveals her secrets to those that she's in relationship with. And I reveal, as the Lord, my secrets with people I'm in relationship with Jeremiah. So as Jeremiah is walking with me, I'm introducing him to people like Day. Because he thinks Day is Day. And so watch this, continue.
If ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night.
Now I need you. I need her husband. Because they told me she had a husband when she visited me, and his name was Night. Because they used to be one, but I separated them. Wow. All right. Come on, walk in. Y'all get close to I'm streaming. You see, I wanted Jeremiah to know this. I wanted Jeremiah to know this, and Jeremiah decided to write it for people like me that know that they exist. And I made a covenant with them that I need y'all separated, but I'm going to do something when I bring you back together. Now, I want you to know that the Bible tells you exactly when he will put the two of them back together. Are y'all listening to me? I want y'all to hear this. Y'all only going to be separated for a little while. How long? For a day. For a day. Now, they are so close, I have to put something between them. Come here, Cassie. I got to put morning. Where's Stephen? And I need the evening to separate. Now get on this side of your father. Watch this. Now grab each other's hand. Then Gene grab Stephen's hand. Make a circle. Come in, y'all on the film. And every day they do a circle. Every day they make a circle. Now they are a family. So they can be united together and never separate because God made them one. And every day you see their oneness. I made a covenant with them. And I asked them, could you do this every day? And I asked them to do it in their order. Go ahead. So every day they do this in a 24-hour span. They are faithful. Now, another prophet knew this, and he asked them to stop. His name was Joshua. I want you to see that these entities and the prophets know them not like the church do. So what I'm sharing with you are things that they shared with me. Now, I ain't talked tonight that like I talked today because they came one day and told me, and she wouldn't let me see her the day that she came. And I said, how come I hear you and I don't see you today? And she said, because your faith is weak. And I said, it ain't that weak, I hear you. But she was gone. And then Moses showed up. And Moses said to me, by faith, I saw him that was invisible. And instantly I knew she was saying to me, you better get over the fear of my husband. Because people are afraid of the darkness and the night. And from a child, he used to visit me. He used to come in my room at different nights. And I would see his form, and I would scream to my parents, there's a man in my room. I saw his black shadow in the darkness because it was darker than the darkness. And he was trying to, and it frightened me. And my mother would say, as soon as my mother or father came into my bedroom, he would leave. And then he would come back. But I was so young, I was afraid of him. But he said to me, you got to give over the fear of darkness. So as I grew, I would go and walk through the woods in pitch darkness with no moon. I would walk through, I would go through tunnels with no flashlights. I'm talking about long, deep tunnels where the rats was in, so that I would get over the fear of darkness. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Why? My Father made y'all. He made all of them. And so he made a covenant. Y'all may all be seated. Hold on. Come back here. I forgot. Go get back in your positions. Make your circle. And when God made them, they did this every day. And then, hold on. Then he put hats on them. You call that the sky. So her hat is different from her hat. Her hat is blue. His hat is black. Theirs is grayish blue and grayish black. Their hats are opposite. The gray side and the blue side are on different sides for morning and evening, so you know the difference. So he put their hats on their heads so that while they're turning, the sky changes every day. Oh, y'all not with me? Y'all see this every day. Every day you see their hat on their head. And then God said, and then he said, hold on. He put a sunbonnet on her hat. And it turns around her head every day. He put stars and the moon on her hat. But because they're married, the moon goes over there some days it goes over and come back. And these, he only let morning stars touch the morning here, she's morning, and the evening stars touch him. But the bulk of the stars never touched her or him. So on her hat, some of him bleed over. On his hat, some of the stars bleed over. You see him right before night is coming all the way in, he lets some stars touch his son. In the morning, he lets some stars touch his daughters. That's how big his hat is. It bleeds. And because it bleeds, God put these two in between them. So you can see the difference between night and day. And even in the morning. And the moon is a witness between the two of them that it goes all the way around. Not only in the night, the moon can be seen in the day. Why? They kiss each other. That's their witness of the covenant that God made with them. Then y'all may be seated. All right, Jeremiah, you can go too. Hold on, Jeremiah, don't go nowhere. I'm still talking to Jeremiah. And then that I introduced something that you read but you never saw. All I did was make that seeable, which is readable. Did y'all stick with that? All right. Let's continue to read what the Lord was talking to Jeremiah. Go ahead,
Thus saith the Lord, if ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and that there should not be day and night in their season.
In their season, because this is their season. And you always thought that summer, spring was a season. You never knew that day and night and morning and even have a season. He said, can you break that? That they come every day in their season, in their cycle. I hate to use this example, but women have a cycle. The Lord said, I'm not going to break their cycle. Some cycles are predictable. They come on time every time. Some are erratic, but not day and night. Say what, Denise? Irregular. Some cycles are irregular, but not with them. Continue. I'm talking to Jeremiah.
Then may also my covenant be broken with David, my servant.
God said, then also I will break my covenant with the chosen one. And do what?
That he should not have a son to reign upon his throne.
That he will never have Jesus. Now let me ask y'all something. Did Jesus come? As sure as you see day. You see, why did Jesus come? Because no one could break the covenant or day. So Jesus came on the day that God said he would come. Jesus was born in the city that God said he would be born at. And when he was born, wait a minute. I need y'all four to come back again because, see, y'all see stuff, but you don't see stuff. Oh, this family getting used today. Y'all need to get in the middle, though, because they said, oh, you need to be in front. They want y'all in front. They want y'all in front. Oh, my God. I hope y'all know y'all streaming, right? Okay. Streaming, not screaming. So make your circle. So watch this. And so I want you to hear this, y'all. Man, this is deep. I need a baby. Come here, son. I need Hopper. Come here, Hopper. Carter, I'm saying. Carter. Come here, Carter. I repeated my elder. Come here, Carter. So when he was being born, night sent to day his star. So that the star could be seen in the middle of a day, which has never been done. And so men came all the way. Why? Because they saw his star. I want y'all to hear the revelation of the prophet. Everybody thought they saw their star in the night. Why did they know it was his star? Because a star had never shined in the day along with the sun. And so how did God make that star so unique? It came in the day. How do we know? He's called the day star. Wow. What is he called? So even though he was a baby, men came all the way from, why? We saw a star in the middle of the day. Why? It was standing right next to the sun. Why? Because he's also the Son, S-U-N, of righteousness. So was there two suns in the sky that day? No, one of them was a star. Oh, y'all don't know what they saw that day. Y'all don't know what they saw that day. Y'all have no idea the word of God. I'm trying to make it alive. I'm trying to show you what you read, but you don't see. But the wise men that came say, we saw. What did we see? We saw a phenomena. What? We saw a day star in the middle of the day. And so the star stayed up all day and all night. And they said, then it started moving, so they followed the star. And the star, come here, Hopper, and the star came right over him. Man, don't you put in the name of, come here, Carter. Carter. And so at 2 years old, when they came in the house, it said this, because people don't know who he was. It said they came to worship him. They came to worship him. Bearing gifts. That's a difference. People think they came to give him gifts. No. They came to worship him bearing gifts. That ain't the same. Their greatest gift to him was their worship. Not what they gave. You can't give the Lord no greater gift than worship. For the Father seeks true worshipers that will worship him, no matter what size he is, no matter what his age, in spirit and in truth. So when he grew up and came to the house of God, he said to them, you know not what you worship. And they said, we know what we worship. He said, then why did you not bow? Why you did not bow? You know not what you worship. I tell you, neither in the church in Samaria, in Jerusalem, I'm not in there. I'm out here. You're in there worshiping someone, and how can you worship me when I'm standing before you and you have not fallen? You know not what you worship. You didn't fall. If you asked me, I would have given you living waters. How? If you had worshiped me, you would have gotten it automatically. Because the water was still in him. And he wasn't in the temple. So he said, you know not what you worship. I haven't been in your temple. You read it, but you can't see it. How could this little person tell people they do not what they worship? But the wise men came and worshiped him when he was 2. And they worship him not in a temple, but in a house. He makes covenants with entities. Let's go back. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to share that revelation. I digressed. I know I digressed. But y'all better get it when you can from the prophet. Continue, please.
Thus saith the Lord, if ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and that there should not be day and night in their season, then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites, the priests, my ministers.
Wow. The Lord, Jeremiah 31, verse 35.
Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar.
The Lord says that the ocean waves are caused by something the moon and the stars do. Have you wonder why the water would go like this, up and down? He says, ask the moon and the stars. They're making them do that. So who are these entities that the water can go up and down? Who does such things? That the waves not only obey him, they obey them. And he wonder why the prophet could say to the sea, stand. And it obeyed them. You would think that the sea has ears. Wow, they do. Some of y'all are like, oh my God. Continue.
The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever.
So the Lord said, don't you understand? I got a decree. I made covenant with the ocean. I made a covenant with night and day. Back to Job 38, verse 33.
Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven?
Do you know the laws of heaven? You know, lately the Lord has been telling me to come over here and at home so that he can teach me the laws of heaven. So 2 weeks ago, he wanted me to learn how to get free electricity. Now, a lot of you don't know, but there's a famous scientist that told people how to get what he told them about what? Free electricity. How many of y'all know his name? Say it again. Tesla. Okay. So Tesla was what did you call a gifted one? You know, Thomas Edison and all of these guys, they are gifted ones. The gods revealed to them their secrets. So the Lord wanted me to meet two new entities. And so last 2 weeks ago, he introduced them to me like he did with Jeremiah with day and night. And so the two of them told me a part of their secret. And then part of the secret was, hey, how would you like to know how to get free electricity? But I digress. Let's go back.
Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth?
Do you know this? Do you understand things outside of your comprehension? Job 26, verse 10.
He hath compassed the waters with bounds until the day and night come to an end.
We set boundaries with ropes. God set boundaries with sand. He went around the earth and he put sand all around to say to the sea, this far and no further. Proverbs 8, verse 29.
When he gave to the sea his decree.
When he gave to the sea what? It's a he. The earth is a she. Y'all ain't hear that. But the sea is a he. Day is a she. Night is a he. You see this, you read it, but you don't see it. When he gave, let's read it again. When he gave to the sea his decree. What is a decree? Couture, what is a decree? You in law?
A law.
Thank you. He gave it a law, like a 10 Commandment law. Thou shalt not. So he gave the sea his decree. What did he say to him?
That the waters should not pass his commandment.
Don't go past what I command you. When he what?
Appointed the foundations of the earth.
See, you're looking at the 6-day creation. I'm taking you deeper into it. I'm taking you deeper into what he did on a particular day. I'm now taking you into day 2. I already took you into day 1 with Harold, Gene, and Kezzy and Stephen. Now I'm taking you into day 2. When he came to the decree, he said, move back. And he brought the earth out. He said, and the water wanted to take the earth back. And he said, I'll stop right there. And he said to the Lord, how do I know where to stop? He said, hold on, let me put sand all around everywhere. So he made sand all around, and he called that the boundary for the ocean. This far and no further, unless the wind bring you up over here. Unless this door is open, go into North Carolina. Oh, Pastor. Continue.
When he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him as one brought up with him.
Wisdom said, we decided how to do this. We discussed, what should we do to set a boundary? And wisdom says, let's make sand. Good point. But it took a day. That's a lot of sand. Then the Lord said, now, if anybody can count all of the sand, you can be a sinner forever. People go down and steal the sand, but sand come back. Why? Somehow it reproduces itself. But how can sand reproduce itself? Oh my God. Pastor, you're getting too deep. No, I'm just reading simple scriptures that you never saw. Continue.
And I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him.
I was so excited watching his handiwork. Imagine being there on the second days. Job 38, verse 10 and 11. I'm just taking y'all deeper into the day. Y'all wasn't there when it was all put together, but you see the end result. Thank you, Pastor.
Or who shut up the sea with doors?
Who shut up the sea with doors? You didn't even know there were doors. Continue, Lord.
When it brake forth as if it had issued out of the womb.
What? It's coming out of something? Continue.
When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it. And I brake it up from my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thou proud waves be stayed.
I don't know about y'all, but see, you see, I'm so glad I'm in school. I don't know about y'all, I got goosebumps up here. I mean, you know how many times I read that, and it's still doing, I still feel like a little kid in the classroom, Julian. I feel like, come on, God. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the ocean, and I'm going to make a video, or just to the sea. And so I can say to people, this is observable. This is repeatable. This is demonstratable every day. Because some people told me that the earth is in space, and I want to show them that the earth is in the water. See, this is the part. I want you to hear wisdom, my mother. She just gave me this. She just gave me this. How do you prove that the earth is not in space, you take people underwater. Why? They still on the earth. Then when you get underwater, where's the earth? Under the water. And at that point, where is the earth? Still in the water. How do you prove that the earth is not in space? Take somebody and keep them walking as you're going in the water and say, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you? Y'all seen that movie? Oh, God. The music playing, and we become a fool. Whoo. So, Psalms 93, verse 3 and 4. So remember now, we on the second day. I just taking y'all deep into it.
The floods have lifted up, O Lord. The floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their waves. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea.
Because the Lord has storehouses of water. I always tell people, when you read the flood, most people, the picture of the flood is whatever they learned in their little kid in Sunday school. It's not from the Bible. Because the story of the flood of the Bible is the water comes from three different directions. The water comes from out of the earth. He opened up the fountains of the deep. The water comes from the sides of the walls. And the waters come from the ceiling. So God opened up things that were around, under, and over. And they call that the flood. Now, all three places are mentioned in Genesis 7. It's all there. You see the different words, but you didn't know because you keep thinking it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Because that's what you're taught. So you never see what you read. You read what you was taught to see. Say that again. You read what you're taught to see. In Prophet Hardy's class, we're going to see what it says so we can see. Having eyes, but they can't see. Amos 9, verse 6.
It is he that buildeth his stories in the heaven.
So there's different, so in heaven he has different stories, different floors and different levels. Go ahead.
And hath founded his troop in the earth. He that calleth for the waters of the sea and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. The Lord is his name.
So it is the Lord that caused the water to rise and not crush us by his weight. Everything that you see is by decree. You didn't know that creation, he's making covenants with everything. Say that again. He's making covenants with everything. Genesis 11, verse 1.
And the whole earth was of one language,
Say,
and one speech.
Say earth. Earth. The whole what? Earth. Not the peoples. Everything. The wind. The waves. The sun. The moon, the birds, the bees, the whole earth, everything in earth, anything you saw in earth had only one language. That's why men can talk to the sun. They speak that language. That's why Moses could do what he do with the sea, because he spoke the language. What manner of man is this that even the wind knew his language? Even the sea obeyed his voice. The world, it was all one language. Get the wrong picture out of your head of the Sunday school class book and get out of the Sunday school book and get in the Bible. Walk with me into Genesis. See creation that you can't see every day. This is before he gave the cardinal its new language. This is before he changed the language of the lion to a roar. Back then, the earth was one language with one speech. One language. Mark 4:39. And he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, I set your decree. Read it.
And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still.
That ain't what it says. That word peace ain't peace like peace. He said, back up off me. And notice he made it, the person that made the decree with the sea spoke to him. There was one speech and one language. Their speech and their language, y'all read it all the time. The word is going out in all the world. But y'all ain't know it was one speech. Psalm 19. But hold on, before we go there, let's finish this.
And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm.
Continue.
And he said unto them, Why are you so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith?
Why, y'all? When are you going to learn to speak? When are you going to talk to the wind? Or do I have to be the crazy man all by myself? The Lord reminded me today when I came in how he taught me to talk to a wind as a little boy. When the entities will come to me and say, do you know who you are? Son of thunder? I would run with the wind as a little boy and let it pick me up. You talking about fast? Run with the wind? Why? Because it says the wind are the wings under his feet. He speaks to the wind and they pick him up like shoes. Do you know a plane can't fly without the wind? Do you know a plane can't fly without a wind? That's why they make rockets. Because as you get higher in the sky and you get to the other storehouse, there's no wind. So a plane can't fly. As a plane fly higher, there's less wind, so it must go faster to make it up. But then it finally, after you get over 35,000 feet, the wind ceases, and the plane says, "Oh, no matter how fast it goes, this ain't good." Every now and then you get to a pocket where there's no wind, and the plane, when you're flying, just drops. Oh my God, I had that happen about 5 times flying. It's scary when you hit a pocket where there's no wind. The plane just drops. How many people have ever been on a plane and had that experience? Is that scary? Yeah. Jesus. You know, unsaved people believe in Jesus when they're so Jesus. Jesus. Oh, God, help me with this message. Oh, God. Whew. Oh, my God. I'm going to about close it and wrap it up here because I don't want to start on the next revelation. How many of y'all enjoying this? You know, the Lord said this. He said, many wise men desire to hear what you hear. Many wise men desire to look into the word and let the word look into them. You know, I love walking around my property talking. And people may say he's talking to himself. But I've been talking that way since a little boy. Talking to the wind. I talk to clouds. Seeing I'm encompassed with so great a cloud of witnesses. A pastor asked me this the other day. He said, where have Elijah and Enoch gone? I said, not where you thought and not what you think. I said, what came to pick Elijah up? A cloud. What came to pick Jesus up? A cloud. When the Lord took the three to the Mount of Transfiguration, what came? A cloud. Where did Moses and Elias go back? Into a cloud. So why you keep looking into space and not look into the cloud? Because there's no clouds in space. So when the Lord comes back, guess what he's coming back in? The clouds. He won't have a spacesuit on. Why? Because he never went far. I never leave you. The word is even at your mouth. The word of faith. Where's the Lord? All I got to do is see a cloud. Why? Because the prophet said that's the dust of his feet. But you thought they were joking. You thought that was some metaphor or something. No. The next time you see a cloud, somebody's feet is standing over there. You can't see him, but he sees you. But he ain't by himself in the clouds. Rose sees you. Simon sees you. So when I'm outside, I see the clouds. I say, what's up? Yo! Show me some love! Show me some love. I had to cut the grass last week because I borrowed my son's lawnmower and it was supposed to rain all day. But Day came in that morning. I said today, Day, you know, I need to cut this grass because I got AJ's lawnmower. And you know he likes to get it back right away. I said, I need you to do me a favor. She said, I came to tell you I already was doing it. You ain't had to ask. I saw the lawnmower. So I rode around all that day because it takes a day and a half to cut my grass. And I looked at the clouds. My sister had already called me because every time she see rain coming, she called me because she don't want her house flooded. You can speak to the wind. You can speak to the waves. You can speak to the moon and the stars. Imagine teaching all of these young kids, all these new babies coming, what is observable, what is demonstratable, and what is repeatable. By the time they're small, they will be calling the wind. And even the waves will obey them. O ye of little faith, Unless you are converted and become as little children, you in no wise can enter the clouds. You think Jerusalem is far? She's just up in the heavens, but not in space. How far up is she? The third heaven. When you leave here, go and Google which one is called the third one. There's the stratosphere. That would be the first one. Woo! Listen to the prophet. They gave names to these places. Go see what the third one is called. That's where they at. Let's all stand. Oh, Jesus.